What's up, guys? So I wanted to go back to the original KC versus G2 playoff series because I'm kind of curious. I did not watch it. I'm very curious how much different does G2 look in this compared to the finals, because the finals was just like not good by them. Like it was really bad. That's why they just got stomped. That's why it wasn't even remotely close. So let's just kind of get into it and see what happens. Draft-wise, G2's on the Maokai side, and most of the time people prefer the Maokai over Seju when it comes to this matchup. They're playing Varus, Lulu, but you have a Blitzcrank, which is kind of spooky. The Poppy's a fantastic pick at the Cassante, so at this point it's like, I mean, you don't really want a lane swap, but honestly, you probably do want a lane swap. Is KC? Because the matchup top is not actually great. It's pretty bad in the beginning. So these guys are going to blind invade bot in anticipation that thinking that they might lane swap. That has to be the only reason why they did it. So now it's a map split. Ooh, it's not a map split. Because he realizes that they're bot, so he can't commit to it. Makes sense. But kind of just lost the Raptors for free. And I don't think he's going to be able to... I don't think Yike's going to be able to take the enemy Raptors. So just kind of down. LeBron. I mean, like, if you look at this... he just used Q. Doesn't have Q. They have nothing. So really get punished by KC bot lane. Yeah, the only play Yike has is either diving bots or just going back to his camps, going mid. Kind of sucks that Caps is like losing his flash. I mean, he should definitely be drinking a pot already at half HP. I mean, he should probably just flash already, honestly. I mean, yeah, probably should have splashed right away so he doesn't lose any of his conditions more. But he's probably just going to TP as well. Ooh.
Caliste gets hooked. He's only got the cleanse and he doesn't have a hope of getting out. Doesn't burn the summoner. First blood to G2.
Nice. That was good.
He doesn't respect Flash and he ends up paying for it with his life. I mean, LeBron has been over these hook champions. There's a pressure pass and it popped off the Blitzcrank. G2 off to a phenomenal start in this bottom lane. I mean, as you rightly said, LeBron last year when he was playing on BS, Ralph was a champion that he often leaned toward, but Blitzcrank was another one that he showcased phenomenal performances on. And he's off to a good start here. The G2 bot lane, finding G2, their first early gold lead.
LeBron was 6-2 on Blitzcrank last year. Had an absolute whale of time on this pick. It wasn't situational, as we see here. G2 leaving the last pick for their new support.
I think now, though, it puts KC in a really comfortable spot. Because if you want to try and commit towards, say, the Void Broken test, you're losing so vulnerable. Now that Flash burst, LeBron can try and lay for picks on first.
Oh, man, he lost his second Raptors too. That's not Yike, no? Yike's just not thinking about the timer. He kind of needs to book to it, but it's just because his camp clear is awkward, and he also did that mid gank to get the flash. He's just late on his clear. Yikes, man! That whole just. Maybe they should have just lane swapped. I thought they would, but they ended up not doing it. Was there actually a timer for them to swap top, by the way? Like, when they finish this out, Poppy needs to base anyways. Non-canon, though, so he can't base yet. Nah, there was no timing to do it. So the Maokai is just gonna clear up, like normal. These guys group up, because the way... if they're going through mid, they have to go through bot, though. Ouch. This wave is like frozen, so they're going through mid first, pulled down, right? And then this guy has no flash, so naturally it's like, okay, there might be something. But the Varus also moved, so they're really late. It's kind of surprising that Maokai would not just go check top, because surely they could contest it. Like, especially once I note here that these guys are not crossing through river and they're going back down, the Ezreal can safely take the wave, so the Blitz and the Maokai can go up and play for the grubs, but then they run back down for the drag, so there must be, like, there must be a different idea behind, like, how these guys view grubs? Like, it's not nearly as important to them. Like, you see this guy immediately wants to contest the dragon, because they know they're on it, but he could just take the grubs, and he'd be very happy as Seju to take the grubs. And a lot of this probably just stems from the fact that, who has a ward? Talia and Poppy have a ward. So, can they get a ward on grubs? Yeah, Talia could move over and get a ward on grubs. If they get a ward on grubs as G2, because once you get this, and you see them on it, then the Talia will play safer, and like everything else kind of sinks in, right? But since they don't have it, they actually don't realize that Seju left it. They're just thinking she's gonna finish it because, yeah, like, I mean, I probably would finish the grubs as well. But he left to kill a mid. Though this, I wonder if this means he loses. Oh, dude, but the thing is, the Seju moved to the left. So could not Maokai just go steal the the Raptors again? Because that's what I would be thinking as Skumon. It's like, I'm gonna go steal the Raptors again. And he is. So far, Seju has lost all 3 Raptors, which... Is it necessarily jungler's fault for the first Raptors falling? I mean, that's a team's fault. It's not just the jungler's decision, it's a lot of on the lane matchup's decision. But the second and third Raptors, that's on jungle. So he's lost 2 camps to Skumon from his own errors, as Yike. And the Blitz is hitting definitely better this game compared to... Yeah, the Lulu has no flash still, so he's just pretty screwed. It's a good look by them. Like, he had camps up, but like, because Seju clearly showed on vision going upwards, that's Yike's fault. That kind of just led to that play. I mean, that's that's just unfortunate. I like the idea that he did, you know, like, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna get hit by the W, I want to take that damage. It's just kind of unfortunate how it turned out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the right call, and he didn't want to get knocked back. The most dangerous part of that was being in the
This guy is getting caught hard. I mean, the enemy bot lane just left. You can't contest this brush alone. Like, you need your Lulu. Your Zero is 1 HP, and your Lulu also showed on mid. So it's like a big no-no, and he kind of just killed himself. And so far, I gotta say, I mean, Caliste was, his Ashe was really good in the second game. The first game in the finals, his Varus was fine. It wasn't phenomenal, but it was fine. And the third game, he pretty much got carried. Though he had good skill accuracy with Jhin, which was obviously very helpful. This game, yeah, they gained a little pummeled. He's dead again. Wow. Wow. He just did the wave. If you're KC... The grubs are still up. I think it's 2 grubs still, right? Yeah, it's 2 grubs still. And so these guys don't care about it, so they went into bot side to get the vision. And because they just showed doing that, they have advantage to go into bot first. But Caliste's doing a really weird pathing. Why would he not just stay in the bot brush just waiting for his team? Why did he go all the way around here? He kind of just killed himself, because that's on him. Like, I don't know why he moved that way. It's a good return kill, but it's just doesn't really matter because the damage is already done on bot side. Like, yeah, the Ezreal is way ahead. This is not laneable. I mean, he has Triforce. Like, this is not laneable at all. And so G2 will get the second track. I wonder if is this why KC puts such priority on the dragons? Because G2 stack dragons over them? Because the grub priority is not high with these teams. It really is not. And the Poppy matchup, like I said, it's a very good matchup for Poppy. Even though Poppy has received nerfs, it's a very good matchup for Poppy. They're swapping away. Grubs 2 coming up. That's good. I mean, I understand why they want to look for this, and they could definitely just play for the turret, and just be done with it. Also, the grubs, don't the grubs despawn at... Surely the grubs don't spawn again, right? Because I thought the grubs despawn at 14.
Uncharacteristic misplays from Caliste as G2 find another kill.
Hey, he died again? Okay, I do like that they, once they realize that nobody's home, I do like that they play to recover, and the Maokai should base too. Like, you want the Maokai to base because no one's coming bot. Like, literally the Cassante is still top, so there's no error. That's an issue, but for Skew. Skew should say screw the red. Like, Skew should already be up here. And he actually gets a kill on the Varus, which is weird. Like, really weird.
Didn't look so often in the regular season, but they are coming in full swing. In his playoffs, and KC unfortunately doing the exact same way that Fnatic did in a lot of their series. Now, in a position to continue backing onto the map. Void Grubs, you do them all the time. G2 try and play towards that. Oregon starts to again, to shift people up towards the top side and look for the turret take there as well.
Oh man, this is rough. So it does spawn back. Dude, I thought it despawned at 14, but apparently not. That's interesting. So they actually get 3 grubs. Nuts. That's nuts.
They're always going to win in that 2v2, and it's really hindered what has been kind of a shining light for KC in their mid game, which has been this duo working together.
I mean, these guys are just like... These guys, like, they just can't... KC can't be taking this fight. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to go bounce between mid and bot, and then they want to go through bot because the Zero is strong, Varus is weak. Your vision is pretty limited here, so, like, the Lulu is in an odd spot. And once he gets hooked, he's just dead. Like, don't force the fight anymore. Like, what? Like, the Ezreal's involved here. The Ezreal's a strong guy. Like, the Ezreal's just blasting you the entire time. And nice E cancel. Yeah, I mean, it's just what are they supposed to do, man? Like, I mean, like, what are you supposed to do? Yikes! Wow, that guy got ran so hard this game, and it's all on him. Outside of the first, like, okay, outside of the first death, it's pretty much all on him. Those next 4.
We wondered if the series would be close, and it still could be, but what a statement this has been from G2 in game 1. Now them at your peril. It is the LEC. After all, the Rock is stepping forward. Like, has looked this night away. However, can't get there in time. Well, Arctic so back across the wall. The problem is they have top side as well, though. I actually thought you just see G2 need to shift towards the top half, but they're basically looking to force in towards this mid lane. Dragon in the mid time, or sorry, second time, but I do think they should might be able to get the turn here on the back. And they do the result, I don't really want to overextend. Look at the chance away on the Yike, but can't steal first. Can't having to half make his way away from the hook. Is the hook? It's not going to be tanking, doesn't need a lock, it's really more about getting the ability to get those hooks down. Yike trying to get around the jungle, but can't get anywhere close to...
They can't even contest it. That's how fast this game is moving. Like, there's so little for me to really expand on, because it's just... It's just their bot lane's way too behind, you know? Like, your Varus is 0-5, so the Ezreal can always just take the wave in front of your face, be perfectly fine, and what can you do? Like, the Blitz is getting vision ahead of time, now we're getting full vision topside, Otacon is coming up, we're just looking for picks. Don't want to necessarily pull right away, so I like that they're just fishing for turrets. They're defending the Herald on top tier 2, but the Ezreal's taking the mid tier 2, so no one's really present. And the Cassante has to make a choice on should I shift to defend mid, or should I keep going quad? Typically, it's probably better for him to protect mid than keep pushing bot, because the gold on him is not going to make a difference. And losing the tier 2 mid is detrimental. Like, they do not have a, like, unless they have their tank on the wave with them as the dual lane, they're just going to die to the Maokai. So, yeah, I don't know if this Cassante is really going to make a difference.
But everything G2 have to take the fight, like trying to play these lanes just sucks as Casey. Because if you try and go all the way on top side, okay, cool, Rob leaves himself open to like this.
Yeah, the bot lane can't do anything, man. And now that they got the pick, now that the vision's layered and settled in, they're able to just take the Otacon. Yeah, I mean, it's not, you can't really say much. That's crazy. I mean, they're just all dead. Oof, rough. Lulu's dead again. And he's dead again. Oh my god. It's a complete stomp. This is actually a way worse stomp than any of the stomps that KC had in their games. Because at least in those games, I felt like some of the plays that were going for G2 could work. But in this game, it's like so little can happen.
There's still plenty of opportunities to turn this around. We're in our first fearless specified in the LEC as well, so a lot of these champions are gone from the series, which means this is going to be a very interesting dynamic. It's now about adaptation, your ability to showcase your prep, and sure, things have fallen short, but a lot of that is because of how things happen to the bot side of the map. This blitz rank was so instrumental for G2's early game. LeBron consistently finding picks across the board, working with Stu1 to catch people out and shut Caliste down, as well as mitigating Casey's ability to reset for any objectives. The one team fight we did see around the top side, I mean, at that point, it was too little too late. And I think it makes any difference because like, as the series goes on, it means these type of champion supports have less things to worry about as the series goes on. We'll probably rise up a little bit more.
So with the Baron coming up, they already have vision on top side. They can pretty much push these guys out very easily in mid and top, and someone could also push out bot and just rotate, and you'd be fine. They're opting to just pull it, probably Maokai R, take it, and you're done. And like the biggest issue when it comes to situations with the Baron is the Lulu has to try to find a way to get vision, but like where, how, right? Like she would have to be walking through top, and it's Lulu who's very unsafe. And I like that they had 3 blue trinkets, but it's just like they can pull it on spawn, right? And once it's over, right? And it looks like the game ends just from there. So, of course, naturally, we could say the worst player of the game is Caliste. I mean, like, he played very bad. The MVP is probably... honestly, it might be LeBron for this game. Because he initiated a lot of good plays. And it definitely worked. I mean, like, Hans, of course, played a very solid game. But, like, Hans' like way of playing, he didn't really have to do much. Like, he just got to kill them, farm up, and he was strong. Right? Pretty much that. Kana was fine. Like, there was not an issue with him. He was way better, too. He was fine. He was okay. He was fine. He was fine. Not ideal. Okay, not ideal. And so for him specifically, it's not ideal because it's just how he gave up certain camps and kind of steadily fell behind. And the Grub situation versus Dragon, like, these all kind of made bot lane get worse. And so Yike definitely, like, is a cause. Like, him and, like, him, these two definitely made this game bad. Like, they made this game bad. He did actually fine for this matchup being as shit as it is. He actually did rather well. So I think this was like the star of their team for sure. I guess we'll see how the rest go, but as a start, yeah, this was a pretty low level game by KC.